The smartest thing that a human being can do is to stop reproducing, especially if you know that you are a slave, especially if you know that you're not on top, especially if you know that there are people above you that are making decisions for you. I don't think people really understand how this world works. If there's someone that is more powerful than you, if there's someone that can do things that you cannot do, if there's someone that can control people, they own you. That is something that you must understand. How is it that humans own their livestock? Were they given that right by someone? Or they're just more powerful than these animals, that's why they own them? If there's someone that is more powerful than you, they own you. It's just that they wouldn't really want you to see that if you are obedient. They'll have to make it seem as if you actually do have rights, because you're not doing anything that threatens them. You know, they're good. Like, it's all good. I don't have to show these people that I'm the one that's controlling everything, because, you know, they're doing exactly what I want them to do. You know, as long as I'm manipulating them enough to do the things that I want them to do, it's all good. I don't have the kind of ego that makes me want to show them that, yo, I'm the one running shit here. I mean, you wouldn't want to show your livestock that you're the one that's running shit if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. You don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter to you. You know, who gives a fuck as long as you're getting the things that you want? Because really, you do not own your life, right? You do not own your life. Someone else owns you. This is a fact. Someone else owns you. You know, this system enables these people that are running shit to control us without us even seeing. That is why people do not see that they are slaves. Is because this system is so brilliant. You know, this is a very, very brilliant system. And if you're not conscious enough, you won't be able to see that you're a slave. This system was actually created to destroy your talents, your creativity, your abilities, so that you'll depend on it. And when you start depending on the system, it can enslave you anyhow, you see? And it will seem as if you are the one who chose to depend on it and to be its slave, while it's not really the case, you see? And if you think that, then you won't really rebel, because you'll think, oh, well, I chose this. But you didn't choose it. You were actually indoctrinated into choosing this system. Let me show you an example. Black people here in South Africa used to know how to farm. They didn't depend on this matrix for anything. They were good. They didn't need technology. They just needed themselves. But they were introduced to this system that indoctrinated them, that made them forget their abilities, that made them forget their skills. And what happened? They started to depend on this system. There's a farm in one of the villages where I live. This farm is owned by an Afrikaans guy, a Boer. This guy is from Netherlands, you know. It's owned by one of these guys. This guy employed a lot of black people from surrounding villages, and he pays them peanuts. He's making a lot of money, but he's paying them peanuts. So they work for him. Why? Because they forgot how to farm. That's what I'm trying to tell you, that this system was created to indoctrinate you. You know, it was created to brainwash you, to make you forget what you're good at, so that you will depend on it. Because black people now don't know what the fuck they should do. Black people don't know how to survive now. But this is not about race, all right? Because this is what's being done everywhere in the world. Kids are not supposed to be creative. kids are being forced to dim their lights. Whenever a kid shows some special abilities, like no, that just won't work. All right, that just won't work. What you need to do is to go to class and learn what your teachers are teaching you and make sure that you pass. But what a lot of people do not realize is that these kids are being prepared for their enslavement, basically. And that's what the whole process is about. This is a self-serving system, but it was created by people who knew exactly what they were doing. They don't necessarily need to control this system because whatever they created it for is working. That's why I'm saying it's a self-serving system. It was created to be a self-serving system. You see? So it's very important for people to open their eyes and realize where they are. There are people who can create things that you could never ever dream of creating. These are the people that are running shit here. And they've created shit that they're not even showing you. Do you think that the technology that they're giving us now, they've just invented it now? Or they've actually had it for many years? And they're only giving us what they need to give us in order to control us. They actually have technology that allows them to do things that we cannot even think of. Think about it, man. There are people in this world that can create things that you could never, ever, ever create. If I left you in this world alone, or maybe with every person that you've met in your life, every person that you've been friends with, if I left you in this world, do you think you'll figure out how to create anything technological? Let's say they leave you here for billions of years. Do you think you'll figure out how to create anything technological? These people that are creating technology are not like you. All right? They are beyond you. That's the thing. They are beyond you. So you cannot say that you are not a slave if there are people that can just bomb you. There's this line by Daylight that made me laugh this other day. He said these lines when he was rapping on LA Leakers. He was like, why do you think they chose the blacks for slaves? They could have wiped us all out with a satellite, but instead they kept us in this firmament to be cattle-like. Settle up, nigga. Yeah, man. They could have done anything that they wanted to do with us, but they realized that, okay, these people are slaves, and yeah, we can make them do anything. They're not on our level, and we're not on their level. You are not on their level. I mean, bruh, like, you are being taught to neglect yourself. From a very young age, you are being taught to reject what you really want. You are being taught to disown yourself. From a very young age, you are supposed to just do what the system requires you to do. Why are you being forced to betray yourself? And why do you think that that is good? Why do you think that it is good to betray yourself? It's because you were indoctrinated into believing in that. That's the thing. So people think, oh, this is good. People think that this system was created for them. No, the system was not created for you. The system was created by those that are running the world to enslave you. That's it. It is that simple, man. Unless you open your eyes, you're not really gonna see this, and you're gonna continue to be a slave. You are a slave, bro. The people that are running this shit don't give a fuck about you. You know, they just want to be able to control you enough in order to get what they want from you. The same way that we're able to control the animals that we depend on for meat and whatever we want from them. We don't give a fuck about them. We don't love them. What we want is the meat. What we want is their fur. That's it. Human beings don't give a fuck about animals unless they are pets. They don't give a fuck about the animals that they eat. They don't have love for the animals that they eat. They really, really do not give a fuck about these animals. So what makes you think that those that are running this shit gives a fuck about you? They don't. They don't have love for you. They don't view you as their equal, and that is why they do not love you. All right. Think about it, man. Think about it. So the best thing that you can do is to stop reproducing. It is to stop bringing slaves here, because you are a slave. So why do you bring your kids here to be slaves? Why do you bring your kids here to work for the system that has enslaved you? You have to wake up. You have to open your eyes. I mean, this is the time for people to really wake up, because things are obviously going to become worse, but we are still allowed to speak our minds. We're still allowed to see the truth, you know. So this is the time for people to really, really realize what is going on and actually wake up and actually free themselves, you know. It is very, very important, man. So yeah, man, anti-natalism is truly, truly, truly the only way for humanity to free itself. Period. Thank you.